Hey folks, how's it going? Sorry for the wait, steeping some tea. It's actually still steeping, but I got impatient. I wanted to jump in and start talking and saying hello to people. Hey, Square Peg, Ground Zero. Welcome, good to see you guys again. So, I've got some cookies here. My homemade cookies, I made these the other day. They turned out really good. Chocolate chip and butterscotch chip. Pretty awesome. I'm pretty proud of them actually. They turned out really good. I don't know what I did differently this time, but man, they got like the right texture, the right size, the crispy on the outside just a little bit, and then soft and chewy on the inside. Yeah, cookies don't turn out this good every time, so I'm just kind of enjoying it while I can. Hey, I saw Beardless Dev. I don't know if you're here, but thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. So for those of you who weren't here last time, which I guess was just yesterday, God, my memory's been so bad lately. Been running around doing all sorts of stuff. Yeah, yesterday. I thought so. It hasn't been that long. Yesterday we started working on some UI stuff, so taking a break from, I wanted to take a break from gameplay scripting. Just been doing it a lot lately, and I've got most of the gameplay scripting stuff that I want to finish for this next up-and-coming alpha build. So I switched gears to UI. I've got a bunch of UI stuff that I want to do. Last time, we fixed, there was an issue with the crosshair. Thought I heard the tea timer, sorry. Last time, yesterday, we were, the crosshair. So the crosshair was like not showing correctly. Don't know where it got screwed up, where down the line I messed something up or disconnected some script at some point, but we fixed that. Should be good now. So now we've got our crosshair, and now, as a matter of fact, the crosshair is a little nicer. I gave it a little bit of transparency, and it's using a scalable material. I basically, this is like a procedural shader, rendering the circle for the crosshair now, which is really nice, because it'll basically scale independent of any resolution. It doesn't matter, and it'll always look crisp. Before, I don't know why, but before I was using this, like, I already got rid of it, but it's like a tiny little 8x8 pixel texture. So it was, pixel based, it was a bitmap texture, which means if I ever decided, I want it to be 10x10 or 15x15, or for whatever reason, if I want to grow or shrink it or something like that, then it would look all blurry and gross. So I got it set up so it's just purely math driven. It's in a material now, which means that it'll just scale infinitely. Here's the material if you were curious. So got a color parameter multiplied by a sphere mask, which we've defined. We've got some texture coordinates here, just left it at 1.0, and then 0.5 is being fed into this, which is the camera position, and then the radius. 0.5, it's on a 0 to 1 scale in X and Y, so the 0.5 is basically in the center. And then I have an edge hardness parameter, so I can control how soft the edges are, and an opacity parameter here, so I can control how translucent the object is, or the crosshair is. But yeah, so that worked out pretty well. Ground Zero. 1 second. Be right back, the tea is about ready. Oh gosh, the microphone really picks that up. Sorry if that hurts your ears. Be right back. And I'm back. Okay, so I got Fireside Vanilla Spice. I don't know if you guys are big tea enthusiasts, but if you like tea, highly recommend Celestial Seasonings is the brand, and the flavor is Fireside Vanilla Spice. Really, really good. Great. It's so good for especially a cold, rainy day. Highly recommended. Okay, Ground Zero. So, been mucking around with UE4. I have a question. A lot of questions. That tends to happen when you start using a game engine. I gotta say, there's always lots of questions, no matter how many years you've been doing it. Let's see. Is there a way to have a simulate view and a play view running at the same time? Ooh, you know what? I don't know if you can do that. Because, well, so I know that you can do, so you see, you know, the play menu here, there is the drop down, and you can do a new editor window in Pi like this. So it's like a separate window. And if you hit Shift F1, it gives you the cursor back. So I know that when you do that, you can drag the window over, and then so I still have a working window here. I wonder, but see, look, the play menu is kind of grayed out. So I wonder. Oh, but I wonder if here, let's see. Let me see. Maybe if I go over here to my play and editor window and I play, do I see anything changing? No, see, there's nothing changing over here, unfortunately. Huh, I hadn't thought about that. It'd be really great if you could just have this window, like, be playing over here. The first part, you know, this is the game window, but over here, it's the editor window, but like everything in here in the world is running and you see the character running around and things changing. That'd be really handy. If there's a way to do that, I don't know, because as far as I can tell, you can only play in one mode at a time. You can only play an editor or simulate or play standalone. As far as I can tell, you can't do two of those at once. Yeah, so okay, so you already tried that. The closest I got is starting in simulate and then toggle it in and out of the player pawn using F8, but it's not ideally what I want. Yeah, so you're talking about possessing and ejecting from the pawn. Yeah, that can be really handy if you want to just pause the game world but leave everything as it is. That's really cool, but that's not quite simulating. Because I mean, simulating gives you different advantages. It basically runs the game world without you entering it, without you possessing a pawn, which is really nice. If you have physics simulations, for example, they would be simulating right now. They would start. So if I had like a floating barrel here that was a physics object and I did simulate, then it would fall off the ground, you know, that physics would activate. And then you could come in here and you can pause the simulation and you can like frame skip, which is really cool for debugging. But yeah, that would be pretty awesome if you could do both at the same time. You used to be able to do something like that in UDK, the old version of the engine, where I forgot how you do it, but there was a way in UDK where you could set up two windows. It wasn't while you were playing though, but it was while you were editing. While you were editing, you could set up two windows to have like this view. In this viewport, you could be like flying around the world with a camera, and in this viewport, you would see the culling happening. So it's kind of somewhat of a similar idea. But I don't know if you could still do that in UE4, and I don't know if there's a way. Oh, man, that'd be really great. That'd be a really great feature if you could simulate and also play at the same time in separate windows. Basically, just to have a window like this, it'd be cool to just have like a bird's eye view like this of the whole game world while you're playing. But like, you know, it'd be live updating. That would be really handy, I think. Let's see. My purpose for it mainly was a way of visually debugging, run the game, do something, jump out of the pawn. Yeah. Yeah, not the dual view dream, but yeah. So simulating or jumping in and then ejecting from the pawn is a nice feature to have. But it would be really good. I might look into that. Maybe there's something you could do. There's some advanced settings here for play. Let's see. So play a new window. Play in standalone game. Play on device. Play an editor. Let's see. Game gets mouse control. Show mouse control label. Why is that not on by default? Don't I? Huh. Mine works that way. That's weird. Why does it not? Weird. Okay. Stream sublevels during play and editor. Ah, interesting. Play and editor sound quality level. Enable game sound. Auto recompile blueprints. Should minimize editor. Show mouse. I was hoping there'd be some setting here. Maybe we can turn something on and get this dream dual view that we're looking for, but I don't see anything. Not yet. I wonder. Maybe... Maybe if I... excuse me. Maybe if I create a second viewport. Because you can have 2 separate viewports. I wonder. Oh, I want these to be the other way around. There we go. I wonder. What does this do? Hey, Seto-kun, welcome. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Okay. I wonder. This probably won't change anything, but... Yeah, see, that second viewport doesn't update. Damn. That would have been nice. I wonder. Perspective view. Oh. Seto-kun, what are you talking about? What decision on VR? Did they announce something? If they did, I missed it. Ah, man, that'd be really cool if you could do that. If there's a way to do that, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out if there's a way to do that. That'd be so great. Now I'm gonna be like on a mission. Dang you, Zero, I have enough to do. Okay, let's get back to UI. I'm pretty stoked about working on this. So, showed you the crosshair. The other thing we did yesterday is imported my first custom font, which is awesome. The VR winner for the Game Jam was a game that was developed for 4 months. Really? Interesting. That's kind of weird. You see, that always seems kind of weird to me. I guess I'm not sure how I feel about it, but when they allow like previously made projects to be kind of like finished during a game jam and then and entered, that seems, I don't know, part of me says like, okay, as long as they tell you ahead of time, yeah, this was not made completely during the game jam, I guess I could see that. But the other part of me is like, you know, that seems kind of unfair when most of the participants are going to be working on a game exclusively during the game jam. And if you come in with this game that's already half done, that means that, you know, theoretically I feel like, yeah, see, I agree with Zero. That kind of, to me personally, that defeats the point of a game jam. A game jam is supposed to be like a test of your ability to avoid scope creep, basically, is what it is. It's a test of your ability to ship something in a short amount of time. And I mean, like for me, the biggest lesson that I always learn is like what it, you know, having what it's like to have to cut features, working under pressure, and it gets you to really focus on what's important about your game. What is the most important feature? What is the thing that will really make this game fun and interesting? And then everything else, it just gets kind of wiped away because you're just like, whatever, that's not as important. Focus on this game mechanic. You know, most game jam games don't even have audio, although I would argue audio is really important. But still, for time constraints, you know, most people just program some fun mechanics, and some people are lucky enough that they have good artists, and they can have really compelling art too. But, you know, and it's all about keeping it small though. Tiny scope, really tiny game. How much fun can you get out of a tiny game that you can do in a weekend or a week? Sometimes some of the game jams, like the Epic Mega Jam, was about a week long. So, yeah, yeah, that kind of bothers me too. The idea that they chose a game that was not completed just during the game jam. I don't think they should do that. I don't know. That's me personally, but I kind of feel like they shouldn't allow that. But at the same time, I guess how would you do that? How would you determine whether or not a game was worked on before the game jam? but also allow pre-made assets. I'm not sure how you come up with a good way to police that, but yeah, I think something should be done there. Now I see why you're upset, Seto. That is bothersome. So, as I was saying, I imported my first custom font yesterday, which was really cool. I tested it on the main menu here, the very bare bones main menu that we have. I think Ground Zero will recognize this. But Roboto, which is a font that comes with excuse me. Roboto is a font that comes with the default font that comes with Unreal Engine 4, so you can just use it out of the box. But I was getting kind of sick of it. I wanted to have something nicer, and I wanted to go through the process of customizing, importing a custom font. Excuse me. Yeah, Ground Zero, you can import. It supports both TTF and OTF, which is really nice. I chose OTF. I like the open type fonts. You get more features that way, ligatures and stuff like that, which is really great. But yeah, so what you do is, so here, there's two different font assets in Unreal. There's your font and there's your font face. And so what happens is, so I'm gonna open the font here. This is the font. This is basically like a container for all of the different weights for your font, and you can even contain sub-font families in here, like Japanese or Chinese or other character sets that you want to use for localization and stuff like that. And so I've got this font asset, and then you create your font family. So I created, the font family, regular, italic, medium, etc. And then you click this add font button, you say which weight, and you import the file, in my case the OTF file, and then you've got them. And then down here you can see a preview. I can make that bigger. There we go. This is a preview of all the weights with their labels: regular, italic, medium, medium italic. It's good stuff. They actually changed. Excuse me. They actually recently changed the way that they're rendered. The fonts are actually cached at runtime. They used to be cached offline. I think they were rendered as an atlas, like a bitmap atlas. But now it does some more complicated stuff under the hood. I think they look pretty nice. Here, I'll show you. Just to finish this explanation, each of these fonts that you import, these weights that you import, they get imported as a font face asset, so that's what all of these are here. That's what there's: black, italic, bold. Those are those separate assets. And you can come into each of these, and you can define their hinting and their loading policy. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty robust system. And then you come into the main menu, my widget here, and you can see I have Inter UI as the font family. It just pops up there, and then you get access to all the typefaces, all the weights, and it's good stuff. Let's see. Let me go hop into that map real quick. I'm gonna be going in here anyways, and I'll show you. This is what it looks like in game. It renders pretty nicely. It doesn't have any aliasing. It seems to look good. Let's see. Oh, square peg, nice. You're messing around with some networking stuff. That is one thing I still have not done. I have never made a multiplayer game in Unreal. Not even like I haven't done any replicating networking stuff at all. I really need to learn that. Maybe I'll do that for a game jam or something like that. Do like a local multiplayer, maybe. Or I guess I wouldn't need replication if it was local multiplayer. But yeah, online multiplayer. That'd be fun. But then you need like servers and stuff. Yeah, maybe that would be maybe a game jam would be a bad time to do that because it's quite a big subject. But I'd be curious to check it out to learn. You're trying to get more than 100 players in a single server right now. Oh wow, that's cool. Sounds exciting. I mean, that'll be one of those things that'll be really satisfying when you get that. When you have 100 characters in a server all at once and the game doesn't crash and it runs at a nice frame rate, that'll probably feel good, huh? Yeah, so I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, Tom Lumen did just release a new tutorial series. Unreal Engine C++ multiplayer course. Oh, it's upcoming, it's not out yet. So, yeah. It's gonna be on Udemy, I guess. I still haven't really used that platform. Heard kind of iffy things about it, but there's some cool stuff on there, it looks like. Networking and AI by building 2 multiplayer games in Unreal Engine 4. Wow, okay, so if you want to learn C++, or if you know C++ and you want to learn multiplayer networking stuff for Unreal, that might be worth checking out. Very cool. Let's see. Alright, UI widget. So we got the custom font, got the new crosshair. I think it's time to dig into some fun stuff. We're gonna dig into overhauling this main menu. I wanna make this main menu a lot more interesting, make it feel a lot more like a game's menu and not just some text slapped on a black background. But also, more importantly, I'm gonna make a real settings menu, like a complete settings menu with all the settings you'd expect, some accessibility stuff for color blindness, and the thing that I'm most excited about, I think, is that input key binding, reassigning keybinds at runtime. So like changing what controls do what. You can do that in Blueprint scripting now. It used to be C++ only, but now they've exposed it to Blueprint, so I'm gonna be able to do that. I'm gonna set it up so that you can customize all the controls, and I am thrilled about that. That's gonna be awesome. That's okay, Shadowcoon. I'm not currently banning links or anything like that. I might adopt a ask first policy, just like ask before you post a link, but I'm not sure. But yeah, thanks for sharing that. So you can pre-register, to get notified, right? And then when the course comes out, you'll find out. Probably get like an email. Yeah, Ground Zero. I just can't even tell you how excited I am that input remapping is in Blueprint now. It's just amazing. Of course I'm excited. I'm biased. I'm excited because my game is Blueprint only. So, of course it's exciting to me. I don't have a C++ engineer that I can go to. Either way. Okay, so let's see how to approach this. I'm definitely going to approach the design differently. This is going to be like a completely different menu. Probably won't even use this widget. I might even just start it from scratch, honestly. That seems like it'd be the easiest way to do this. Sorry for the coughing. I have this lingering cough from like a month ago. It just won't go away, and it just kind of hangs out. Some days it's worse than others. Hopefully it'll go away soon. I've been trying to stay fit and do breathing exercises, yoga as well. I know some C++, but by no means would I have a clue what I was doing in here. I'm even a rung down the ladder from you. I'm a little bit down below that level. I could probably learn. I know I could learn C++ if I really invested in myself, but I don't really have the time to dedicate to something like that. I can do pretty great with HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I can program in JavaScript, no problem. Gotten pretty good with that over the past few years. But C++ is a whole different beast. And I honestly, I love Blueprint. I think Blueprint is great. I love programming with Blueprint. It makes sense to me. Just kind of clicks. It's intuitive for the way I work. I am primarily a designer and artist before I am, programming is a thing that I learned much later in life. But yeah, I do think that I'm probably just gonna start with a brand new widget from scratch for the main menu. A couple of reasons. One, I think that'll be an easier way to work because I'm going to be changing so much. And two, I think it'll be good because that way, while this one is in progress, the old one can kind of stay there and keep working. And then when the new one's done, then I can tell the main menu level to switch over and construct that widget instead of the old one. You know, it'll be more scalable in the long run too. So that'll be good. You know, it'd be a shame if I was like working on this and I checked in like a half-done menu and then Jess like gets the latest changes from Perforce and then all hell breaks loose. Hey Nick, the main menu is broken. What's going on? Yeah. You know, yeah, see, I don't have nearly enough experience with any C languages to speak intelligently about that, Ground Zero. I'm talking to you. But I have used C# briefly. When I first learned Unity, actually, believe it or not, the first prototype for Ionia was made with Unity, and I did all the mechanics in C#, like during a game jam, and that wasn't too bad. I mean, I had to look at a lot of documentation, and it was very basic, but you know, it was okay. But C++, and especially like Unreal's API, is so foreign to me. The paradigm seems so different because most of my programming knowledge comes from JavaScript. JavaScript is kind of like what I cut my teeth on. Like, yes, I did that little bit of C# scripting beforehand, but JavaScript is what where I've learned the most about programming. That's like my primary programming language. That's where I've done the most projects. It's where I've done the most tutorials and like have just kind of the most years of experience. So JavaScript is my primary. It's like my starting point, kind of, for programming. To be fair, I also did some PHP in the past when I did some custom WordPress themes for clients, but that was more like fiddling with existing PHP rather than like. It was very rare that I wrote a WordPress theme from scratch. So yeah, I wouldn't call myself a PHP developer. I really just kind of dabbled. You learned so you learned some programming as a kid. C and C++, and then Visual Basic and Java in college. Oh my God, Java. I don't know what it is about Java, but I can't. Kind of grosses me out too. All right, so this one's called Widget Main Menu. We'll call the new one. Maybe I'll just say title screen. I'm thinking about naming it that way anyways. Or I can just say main menu new _new, and when it's done I can change the name after I delete the old one. Your initial reaction to JavaScript was, what the fuck is this? After realizing the power of it, it was basically a revelation. Yeah, see, I hear a lot of complaints about JavaScript. People are just like, oh my God, JavaScript is so ugly, I can't believe it. Give me my C++ and my strongly typed languages and stuff. I think it just matters like where you come from and what kind of work you do, but all the complaints I hear about JavaScript being a terrible language, like, I love it. I have really very few complaints about JavaScript, honestly. I enjoy programming with JavaScript, and I'm a designer. I'm a designer and a graphic designer artist, you know. It's yeah. Passing functions as parameters to other functions, yeah. Yeah, see, I appreciate that flexibility too. That kind of stuff is so useful. Alright, so let's think about this from an information architecture perspective. Now, the old main menu, I have everything crammed into here. I think, right? Oh wait, no I don't. You know what? No, this is just this screen. And then I have the resolution picker as its own widget, which is basically just the settings screen, because the resolution picker is the only setting that I had before. Oh yeah, Ground Zero. So you've gotten to play with UMG before? because I love it a lot too. I was just gonna ask about that because you have Unity experience. So compared to Unity's newer, like they've like overhauled and redesigned their UI system. You think that this one's still better? Because I've been curious about that. I haven't used Unity in a long time. You know what? I am gonna call this title screen. And change that. Ooh. Really quick though. It's more consistent and it's a bit more powerful in my opinion. Oh wow, interesting. Does Unity's UI system give you like a visual designer in addition to a scripting view like this, or is it all just scripting? Like, how do you build UI widgets in Unity? I'm curious. In that GIF I showed you on Twitter, there was a hint of it. I made a world space health. Oh yeah. I remember seeing the world space the health bars you had floating above the cubes. Really cool little GIF that you did, by the way. I love the effects on the laser you're shooting from the gun. I like how it ricochets just like once or twice before it disappears, and you got the nice little particles when it hits the surface, and it's nice and fast too. It kind of gave me like a Star Wars vibe. I don't know if you were going for that, but that's what it made me think of. Okay, so 1 second, I gotta log into Perforce. I forgot. I'm gonna turn on the Be Right Back screen just to hide in case my server comes up. Yeah, and it did. Don't want to show my server, my IP address on the stream, obviously. Perforce. Oh, nice. Okay, so you were going for a Star Wars vibe. Excellent, excellent. All right, logged into Perforce. Everything's good there. Now, the great thing about Unreal Engine 4 as of late is they've done something called content hot reloading, which basically means that the engine is monitoring these directories for updates more often instead of having to restart the editor. So now that even though I logged into Unreal before I logged into Perforce, I just logged into Perforce off screen. But now if I come in here to the content folders, you'll see, I don't know if you can see on stream, but if you're logged into Perforce, you get these little source control icons that show like, this is marked for add, this, don't know what version this is, this file is checked out. So it automatically got those updates and said, oh, you're logged into Perforce, here, we're logged into source control. Excellent. Without me having to close down the editor or anything like that. So that is super nice. Okay, title screen. Let's do this. Okay. So first thing I'm gonna do, get rid of the canvas panel. I don't like the canvas panel. With all the yeah, Settercoon, yeah. That's another thing I want to change. My old menu, you can see it's just text, not the logo. We're gonna use the real logo for this one, so glad you pointed that out. That's something that was bugging me too. It was just one of those things where it was easier to just slap some text in there instead of I had some trouble before fiddling with getting a logo in there and making it look good, but I'm more confident in my skills now. So anyways, first thing I do is get rid of the canvas panel. I don't like the canvas panel because it's too freeform. Maybe it's because of all the experience I have developing websites and stuff like that, working with CSS, but I like things to be really structured. I use grid systems for all my layouts, so I've kind of brought that over to here as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to panel, and there's a grid panel, but I actually prefer the uniform grid panel. This is my favorite. And another holdover from my web dev stuff. I'm gonna call this container, just because it's familiar to me. Okay, so now we got our container, and it is, I'm gonna turn the music down just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so it should still be loud enough to hear clearly, but not overtaking my voice too much when the song gets intense. But So here we are, we got our container. So uniform grid panel, basically this means, you know, so I'll show you, for example, if I just drag some text in here, it just gets kind of automatically, you'll see in a second here, there are these slots. So I'm gonna drag 5 bits of text in here. Do this. They're just kind of these grid slots. And everything gets, this actually, Ground Zero, you might recognize this because you've done web development stuff. This is kind of like Flexbox with CSS. You can see it just kind of automatically reflowing these widgets as I put more of them in. It's pretty nice. I wish that it would automatically move, when you add a new text block, you saw that it didn't automatically move over to the next slot. I wish it would do that. It doesn't. But it's still pretty easy to do. You can grab these little arrows here and change the slot that your little widget is in. So, not too bad. So, enough of that demonstration. Okay, let's see here. I think I should probably hop into Affinity Designer really quick and kind of prototype this before I build it in Unreal. That's usually how I work. Hmm. 1920 by 1080. There we go. Gonna create a simple background fill. Make it like, I guess I'll make it black for now. I'll make it a little bit over black. Very dark gray. I don't like pure black for UI stuff. Okay, here we go. Now, let's see. Health bar, for example, I made a canvas that's like 300 by 100, and then I made 2 horizontal layout groups and set some distribution options for the text part, so it was like current health divided by max health. Okay. Okay. And then I set up some alignment options and tweaked a couple of settings, and I was done. All right, wow. That's great. That is great. Yeah, it's really nice to have, like, that they've both got nicer alignment options like that now. Being able to automate that stuff as much as possible, I feel like is just really helpful. All right, so I'm gonna make the text white. So let's see, Ionia. This will be our logo, just placeholder text for our logo. Where's my font? Enter UI. Here we go. Do regular weight for now. So before we had a centered layout, I'm thinking about maybe doing a left aligned layout, and I want to have like an actual level in the background this time, something with motion, you know. I think that would look really nice. Maybe just have like a simple level that has just kind of like a sky, maybe some cool kind of abstract geometry floating around, maybe like moving through a level kind of endlessly, if I can have something like that. And basically, I just want something that really sells the aesthetic of the game and is moving, has motion to it, instead of just this static, you know, screen with nothing going on. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking, Ground Zero. Yeah, exactly. Left line layout would I think it looks nice, and I think it'll give us a chance to like put up some actual geometry and kind of let that show through. Really kind of get you in the mood before you're even playing, you know? I think that'd be really great. So, this will be... Oh, what am I doing? I should actually... I talked about using the actual logo instead of just text, so let's go ahead and do that. Where are you, logo? Logos, images, press kit. Is that what I want? I think this is it. There we go. So, I realized that this logo is so like center optimized. I wonder if it won't look good being left aligned like this. I guess we'll find out. Something like that. And then come down here. And we'll make this smaller, since this is going to be like the menu text. This is a bit like the menu, like the new game, etc. Oh, this is annoying. Let's move that up, and I think I'll fix that problem. Yeah, okay. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like the logo. I think it works pretty well. I thought about changing it a few times, but I just don't. Yeah, I think it looks pretty nice, and it's got some good colors to it, so it's probably gonna stay. If the aesthetic evolves at all, maybe we'll change it later on, like update it. At the very least, I'll probably give it like some motion later on, so that the pieces at the end kind of maybe like float around. Because Jess did something like that for our last trailer. So I might do that. So let's see, new game. Let's see. Currently we have start. I don't know. It says start. Start, new game. I mean, I will have like continue game, continue. Yeah, so if there's a continue option, then new game I think makes more sense semantically. So I'm gonna go with that. Let's see. Game. I think I'll go with medium weight for now. One of my favorite features of this app, Affinity Designer, it's kind of like an Adobe Illustrator alternative. One of my favorite features is this smart copy that it has. So if I duplicate this layer and bring it down to here, now if I do, I think it's Control J, it copies it again, but at the same with this, and it saves the spacing. Why is that? What's wrong with the text here, I wonder? What's going on there? Whoa, that was weird. Yeah, I might do all caps. I'll definitely do caps in some places, but I don't know if I want to do it here. That's so weird. So new game, continue, settings. Something going on here. I want to make sure that I have the right spacing for all of these. Let's see. Okay, doesn't have to be exact, I guess. It is just a prototype after all. Oh, really? Instead of the color was changing to black? That's weird. Doesn't look like it. It's set to white. That's weird. What's going on? Okay. Well, the great thing is I can at least do this too. Measure the distance between these things. What have we got? 28 pixels? Can I just nudge that down to 30? 30. And then 30. Okay. Haha. And then we'll do this. Oops. That doesn't seem right. This one's misaligned a bit. There we go. Let's see, quit or exit. I think I'll say quit. Do a little bit. I think I'm gonna do a little bit closer together, honestly. Something like that, maybe. $25. Yeah. Ground Zero, Affinity. I was looking, this was last year, I was looking for an alternative to Photoshop. I'm not a fan of their current business model, where it's like all subscription based, and there's also like they kind of run it like a phone company with like early termination fees. So like you could get a great monthly price on just Photoshop with the photography plan. You can only get that price if you commit to 1 year of payments, and if you cancel during that year, you pay an early termination fee, which is like kind of crappy. Affinity Designer, and if there's Affinity Photo, I don't have Photo yet, but Affinity Designer is like, I mean, it's great. I think it's been pretty awesome so far as an alternative. And to be fair, Designer is kind of a replacement for Illustrator, not Photoshop. Affinity Photo is the Photoshop replacement, but a lot of the stuff I used to use Photoshop for, I ended up wanting to use Illustrator. But again, to use Illustrator, I would have had to pay more money. So that was another motivation for why I was using Photoshop for a lot of stuff before, just because that's what I could afford. But Affinity, this is Affinity Designer is $50 for a persistent license, no subscription fees, $50, and you own it. It's pretty awesome. And of course, the other thing that was, you know, for a long time there really haven't been many Adobe competitors on Windows. They've all been on Mac. We have Sketch by Bohemian Coding and Affinity, and there's been some other ones too, Pixelmator. Gosh, there's a few other ones. there's been all this great competition for Adobe on Mac, but not on Windows for the most part. There's some free open source apps, but they just didn't click with me. So Affinity, they finally said, hey, we're bringing Affinity Designer to Windows. So that was me. That was my cue to be like, I'm gonna check these guys out. Only $50 for a license. Finally coming to Windows. Great competitor for Adobe. It just sounds like a great thing. So I tried it out and I ended up sticking with it. I liked it. I bought a license. They gave me $10 off, so I actually only paid $40 for this great, powerful Adobe Illustrator competitor. And it's been great so far. I really like it. Yeah, so that's why I'm using Affinity. It's started out as a philosophical difference, but it's just ended up being pretty great. Yeah, I really wish that Sketch was on Windows, because I would love to try Sketch. It seems great for UI design. Actually, I did hear... hold on, I'm not gonna say, but I thought... No, you know what? I don't think so. I think I'm thinking of something else. Sketch, I don't think they're even considering coming to Windows. I'm thinking of Framer. Framer is the one they are making an app for Windows, but that's more like a mobile app design. And although I heard it does look like it's got, maybe it could be used for designing responsive websites too. I don't know. But Framer seems pretty cool too, where it puts the design and the code kind of side by side and lets you prototype really rapidly. Those guys are making a Windows app, so maybe we'll see how that goes. But for now, I am really loving Affinity. And by the way, maybe I ought to save this. Where am I going to save this to? Blue Void Studios, Ionia. Okay, let's see. Title, screen, mockup. Yeah, I heard Adobe has an app kind of like Sketch now, right? It's called XD, Adobe XD, right? The funny thing about that app is every time I see someone write Adobe XD, I can't help but see the XD face that people use, you know? So it looks to me like people are saying Adobe instead of Adobe XD. That just cracks me up. I haven't used XD yet, but it sounds pretty interesting. See, that looks like faces in the chat. I can't help it. I know too many people that use that XD as a face online. So every time somebody says Adobe XD, cracks me up. All right. Now. Yeah, I see a lot of people use the small X too, actually. You're not the only one. I know a few others that use the small X for that. Alright, so this is this could be okay. But I'm really starting to feel like this logo is a little unbalanced for a left-aligned layout. Yeah, so it is Adobe. We are talking about Adobe here. So, yeah. I wonder. Okay, let's see. Let me just, is that shortcut? I always forget it. Oh. Yes. So, something like this. You know what, let's be fair, let's put a screenshot or something behind it so I can get a more accurate kind of idea of the vibe. Let's see, I've got some screenshots here. Grab an old marketing screenshot or something like that. probably not the kind of scenery that I would have behind the main menu, but still, I feel like I just want to have something. Could also do like a transparent, something like this. Something like this could work. I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm still feeling like this logo might be, it seems too like specifically designed for like center alignment because of the N with the orange streak down the middle. Like it's designed to be kind of in the middle. So I'm a little worried that it's too unbalanced to put up in the corner like this. See, if I center the logo, I don't like the menu items being on the left. That looks kind of weird to me. Maybe should look at. Maybe we should look at some examples. Maybe we could find some examples of what other game menus are doing nowadays and see, get some inspiration. All right, guys. Give me a game that you think has a cool title screen. We'll look some stuff up on YouTube and Imager or whatever. Some screenshots and videos maybe. It's too much. The chocolate chip is melting. Oh god. Witcher 3? Oh wow. So, talk about this. Is this the title screen you're talking about? That's pretty cool. That's an interesting idea I hadn't considered. Where the logo, everything is still centered together, but it's like centered in a little strip on the side. That looks pretty interesting. I hadn't considered something like that. That's kind of cool. Oh cool, they swap out the background and the logo depending on the DLC you have. That's pretty cool. I like that. Alright, I'm gonna grab a screenshot of this. I'm gonna start a little document, or at least a folder of screenshots for menu inspiration. Awesome. Let's see. What else? I'm trying to think of another game with an interesting title screen. I like the Manifold Garden title screen too, but can't show that because that's in beta. yeah, Ground Zero, me too. I've got a ton of bookmarks for just kind of general design inspiration, especially for website stuff and logos. I still visit Dribble a lot for inspiration too. Matter of fact, let's pull up my Dribble account. I love coming up here for inspiration. I don't know what'll happen if I type in title screen. Not much. Not really the kind of stuff that you'd find on here, but a lot of great graphic and web design inspiration on here. So good. Oh, Behance is good too, yeah. Some really talented people on there as well. Let's see, let's just get some inspiration, some ideas. Oh, you know what? Let's just take a look at my likes, stuff that I've already looked at that I already know I think is cool. Chroma, what is this? Oh wow, this is a color palette tool. Choose, let me take a look at this. Choose a set of your 50 favorite colors. Wow, interesting. These colors will be used to train a color generator algorithm personalized to you. Wow, really? Machine learning color palettes. The machines are learning our favorite colors. We're doomed. I kid, of course, I kid. I'm not really like much of a robot conspiracy theorist. I think robots are pretty darn cool, actually. Interesting. So what? Okay, so I pick a set of 50, my 50 favorite colors. That blue is pretty great. So is that green. That purple is kind of nice. That's a nice color. Ooh, I like that. That could be good to have too. That's nice. Ooh, mid-tone blue. I almost read that as mid-town blue. That seems like a good light blue for something that's on a dark blue background. Ooh, pale dark violet. Ooh, and dark magenta, those both look good. I like this little effect when you click on one of the colors, by the way. That looks neat. How they did that. Pale light blue. Ooh, that's a good one. These look good too. Gotta have some grays in there. I like that. Dark cyan, that's looking nice. Ooh, here, this is pretty good yellow. I was looking for a good yellow. Didn't really see one up until now. Ooh, I like that dark blue. Interesting. Yeah, I was thinking something like that too, Ground Zero. That it might be behind the main container that has all the lines in it, and then it animated it. Yeah, that might be the case. Yeah, it looks like it's probably not a very complex animation. Just looks nice. I like it. Mid-tone magenta, it says. It's like a hot pink, if you ask me. 21 colors left, huh? I'm just gonna keep going, picking these colors that I like. Anything that appeals to me, I'll just click it. You know, like stream of consciousness, don't even think about it. That looks good. Anything my eye is kind of drawn to. Ooh, that looks good. Ooh. Man, there's a lot of good stuff. Picking more yellow, orange, and magenta will improve my results, it says. Huh, interesting. Alright. Let's find out. Magenta. Red. Ooh, that's a nice light yellow. What else we got here? Red. That's kind of nice looking. Ooh, that one is. That could be useful for like a vibrant red. Alright, got it. Start training. Let's see what this does. It's generating data. It's creating a color profile for me. Just figuring out how I think. It's really generating that data. I think I'm gonna look at Dribble while it's generating data. Slowly stealing all of my thoughts. Yeah, exactly. It's using my webcam. It's just looking into my eyes, figuring out my deepest, darkest secrets. I don't really worry too much about that kind of thing. But, yeah. 1 to 2 minutes? Okay. So, yeah, I'll give it a little bit of time then. I'll keep looking on Dribble. Keep on swimming, keep on swimming. I wonder. Let's see. Load more. I wonder how weird it would be if I styled the title screen of my game like the landing page of a website with like the title in the middle and a hero image, like something cool going on in the background, and the title right in the middle, and then but like like this top nav. If I just put like a navigation bar at the top, like on a website, where it said like, you know, like new game continue. That would be so weird. I wonder if that would work though. I wonder if that would actually be kind of interesting and usable. Yeah, there you go. Just design like a website, a call to action button, CTA in the middle, start new game. That's like the most highlighted button. But then up there on the top would be like a continue, or continue would be here if you had like an existing save. And then you could do like a load game, you know, settings, or maybe just settings, you know, you could already just have like graphics, controls, gameplay, and then quit or something like that. That could be interesting, huh? Yeah, that could be, wow. I wonder. Random idea, but that could actually be worth exploring. I mean, it'd be unique, right? The big thing for me would be like, would it be usable? Would it have nice usability? Would it scale nicely? Could be cool. I might think about doing that. That's actually kind of interesting to me. Still generating data. I wonder if I am messing it up with tracking protection that my Firefox has. I wonder. Hopefully that's not messing it up. Yeah, it's been a little longer than 1 to 2 minutes. That'd be a bummer if just the tab losing focus made it stop. Like, oh, you're not looking. I won't generate this data anymore. Generate your own data, damn it. The color generator is like, I thought you loved me. See, I've really been fascinated with this kind of web design lately. I love the way this looks. Don't know if it would work in a game for menus, but maybe you could do something like that. I'm gonna disable tracking protection. I think that's what's messing it up. Yeah, CSS grid. It'd be cool if I could do something equivalent in Unreal for a game menu. I could go all in, just totally go on with that. A card interface. Like this would be like new game, and it would have like a picture of like the first level, and this could be graphics, and it'd have like, I don't know what that would be a picture of, like a computer screen with, no, that would be just weird. It'd all just be screenshots of the game. That'd be kind of weird. buttons and things like that. But I am honestly, the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of fascinated by the idea of having like a website style menu on the top for the main menu. I mean, I definitely do want to do that for the settings menu, for like the different sections. I mean, that makes sense to me. But it could be interesting to just do that everywhere. Where it would be like let's see. So if I just bring this down to the center here, and then technically you could, wait, hold on, you can make cards and use like stencil masks for images on them. Each card is flipping when hovered. Ooh. Split 50% down the middle with a vertical layout group on either side. And then for the two row ones just nest horizontal layouts inside the vertical ones. Yeah. That's easy to do with UMG. Nesting, because there's a vertical box and a horizontal box. And it's really easy to just kind of to nest them inside of each other. That is totally doable. I'm just gonna play with this this idea really quick. Styling my main menu like a game, or like my game menu like a website menu. I think this is at least worth exploring just for fun. So let's see, let's do like oh, I know. Let's grab this orange here, maybe. Bring this down here. And then we'll bring this down to like 24. We'll make this all capitals. Start a new game. It's kind of big. You know what, let's just do new game. Bring it back up to 24. Let's align these two. Oh, this is too funny. Bring it down to 20 pixels. Make that centered text so it stops wobbling around. This could be pretty fun. Try dark green as background and orange as outline. That could be pretty interesting. Don't know if it'll look that good, but here, we'll give it a shot. I'll duplicate this. And let's see, grab this perhaps. And then stroke. Do here we go. Like right there. Oof, too big. Four-point stroke. Yeah, see the contrast isn't so nice on that. What might work better than that is probably yeah, the dark one. Indeed. Because then you get better contrast. Yeah, that kind of works, but not really my style though. Not my style at all. Although, you could do maybe the light teal here as the outline. Jono! Welcome to the stream. I just had to say your name like that because you have all the O's. I'm gonna try rounding this, keeping it round but less so. More subtle, like so. Maybe make this bold but not black. Actually, let's see. Medium? Yeah, let's do that. That looks kind of nice. Jono was taken, so you just... Did you have to keep adding O's until it said it wasn't taken? J. Oh no! That could work too. Oh, that's good. Okay, so that could be... This could be pretty interesting. I'm gonna go with this just for a little bit. Let's see. So let's grab these. This is a fun experiment. And then let's instead align them like this. Actually, like so. Wait, that's not right. There we go. There we go. Okay. Good, 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 good. Pull these together. I think these should all be centered. Centered, justified text. Okay. Now, you can use these nifty alignment tools. Space horizontally. And align vertically. Wait, no, I don't want that. Ah, you're right. I think you're right, that settings was not selected, so no thanks for that. Didn't notice. Yeah, okay. So, let's bring this like up here maybe. I wonder. This could be such a weird menu. I don't know if this will actually work out in practice. Let's go check on that thing. This thing is still generating data. What's going on? I don't suppose you use Chrome, do you? Ground Zero? I wonder if this thing just does not like Firefox. That'd be kind of a bummer. Let's make that smaller. 24 seems pretty good. Let's do... this. Ooh. This doesn't look quite right. Why isn't that picking up that eye for alignment? That's weird. Pro tip, you could do type styling to set characters to all caps even if they're not. Saves you retyping if you want to check between all caps or not. Oh yeah, that's true. Pretty sure you could do that in the character settings. Where is that in Affinity? It's all caps. There we go. Yeah. I see it. Let's do that. make it not actually all caps. Hey. So now, boop, 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 boop. Small caps too. Subscript, superscript, fractions, ordinals, all sorts of good stuff. This is why I love OpenType. Excellent. Very cool. Thanks for the tip. I totally forgot about doing that. I tend to forget little things like that when I'm like quickly prototyping stuff, you know what I mean? So I wonder if something like this could actually work. It doesn't look very balanced. Maybe if I change this quit to be like a exit game. Or if I add more options, like settings would have like a, let's see. Well, actually that might look a little weird. Game settings, graphics. But I'm curious. Let's see. Controls. Audio. Here, let's do this. I'm just curious. I think this is probably a bad idea, but I'm just kind of curious to at the very least I want to see like a more populated menu. So let's just grab all those. Oops. There we go. And do that. Align horizontally. Very nice. Can you have specific dragged out size text boxes in Affinity? Yeah, you can. I'll show you in a sec here. Interesting. Call to action style design in a video game menu. This could be pretty funny. I'm gonna move this up instead of exact centering it. Like so. I think I'm gonna take I think it was Seto or Zero, one of you guys mentioned maybe making this opaque. I'm gonna do that, see how that looks. Oh wait, did I do that right? Yeah, okay, I did. Good. Or translucent, not opaque, less opaque. That's what I meant to say. Huh. That could be interesting, I wonder. These would probably be like a little de-emphasized, I imagine. Right? And then like when you hovered over one of these, you'd get white. That's so weird, but that could be fun. Should the center of the new game button be in the center of the orange line or vice versa? It's making one look off center. Yeah, I agree. I was just noticing that. And also, yeah, hello, Games and Bacon. I saw you followed me the other day. Thanks for that, and welcome to the stream. Always great to see a new face here. Oh, you're a friend of Ground Zeroes. Even better. Very cool. Welcome. Good to have you. Yeah, I agree. This was I noticed that this looked kind of off-center now, because I guess just because of the text, you know. Like if this said start, then actually, you know what? It still looks a little off. Hold on. Let's inspect that. Let's see. So why is this happening? Let's find out. Looks like the logo just isn't centered. That is so weird. Something's off with the image itself, I think. Because it thinks it's centered. Very strange. I think for some reason that logo itself is like not actually centered in its image, you know? The orange line I think is not exactly in the center, because because right here, Affinity Designer's, you know, right there it snaps, Affinity Designer thinks it's centered. It probably is, but the orange line is not. I wonder how that happened. That's a bummer. Well, for now I'm just gonna kind of nudge it over a bit so it's actually centered. So now let's see if that button looks a little less weird. Yeah, okay. That seems logical, I guess. There we go. This is weird looking. It's an interesting idea. I wanted to explore this to see, like, you know, could a website style menu work in a game? But at least right now, this feels like what's the word? The weight feels off. Like it feels unbalanced. That's what I was looking for. It feels unbalanced. I think because there's all this negative space down here. It's all empty down there. So maybe I actually do want these things to be more down here. Maybe I do want them to be centered. Like vertically or centered like that. That big? Is that big? is that big enough, Ground Zero? Let's see. That could be alright, I wonder. That's what she said. Oh, goodness. This looks a little more balanced, but I wonder about the start button. The call to action style start button. I wonder about that. Make it a faded white, lower opacity some more. Yeah, it's true, Setokun. I could do that too, like the Made by Blue Blade Studios, etc. All the copyright stuff at the bottom. That would probably help it look a little more balanced. I'm not too worried about that right now, though. Just trying to get a general feel for the layout. Make it squared off instead of rounded. Interesting. I might try a squared style, but I tend to like the rounded buttons. We'll see. Maybe it won't fit. Maybe rounded doesn't quite fit this game. The aesthetic, you know. Okay, got some ideas. think I'm gonna try with no stroke though. I want to try some. Okay, I'm gonna try a few different ideas here, basically. Need that. There we go. And group these. Start game button. Where's that text? There we go. I'm just gonna try some stuff here. I might just want to go with a centered menu after all. But I'm just experimenting right now, you know, I'm just feeling this out. So we'll see. We'll see what works in the end. Okay. Let's see, what size is this? Uh, 20. Let's make that across the board here. 20 pixels. Okay. Uppercase that. Now, I'm just gonna... Actually, I have an idea. Let's, Where is... Oh, here. Bring down the opacity of the fill. But... let's see what this would look like. Stroke, we'll put the stroke on the inside. And then we'll say Or perhaps, I wonder, this could look pretty nice. Whoops. Okay, let's just name these layers before things get crazy. Yeah, I usually ground zero. I usually don't like the outline buttons style either, but I'm kind of just trying something right here. It's one of those things where like I don't think an idea is bad until I see it and I know it's bad. You know what I mean? I try not to keep an idea in my head, if that makes sense. Mostly because I find that every idea is a good idea until proven wrong, you know what I mean? Like, I've had a lot of situations where a bad idea, trying something bad, leads to, like, inspiring something good that I might not have thought of if I hadn't tried that bad idea. So, that's kind of my mentality as far as that goes. Group these. Quit button. Alright, settings button. Go. Okay. Why is there like a tiny pixel of... Oh, there we go. I guess it was just some sort of artifact. Rendering artifact, I guess. No, it's still showing up. That is really weird. I don't think I like that, but that was worth trying. Yeah, I've noticed that too, Grand Zero. It's one of the complaints that I have about Affinity's designer. Seems to be like a weird rendering bug where certain zoom levels there will be pixels that look a little different. Kind of weird. I don't know why it does that, but it's a little bit frustrating. But not enough to get me to stop using the application. Alright, so let's try... I'm gonna try thinner. Actually, no more borders. No more borders. I think I definitely feel like I just don't like that style. But I could just remove these really quick and see what that spacing is like. I mean, now we're kind of basically at something similar to what it was before, which is not exactly bad. And it's got the logo, and we can still have a scene behind it to make it look more interesting. Burn the borders. Yeah, I don't know about you, Grenzer, but in web design at least, I'm not really a big fan of the those border style buttons. I bet I can find a good example. But it won't take long. If I just troll around on dribble here, one is bound to come up. Of course, now that I'm saying that, it probably won't. That's a form, so that's okay, that's normal. Where am I? See, I like when they have, oh, not loading. Oh, there we go. This, like this up here, I do not like that. I don't know how you guys can see that on the stream, but it's like, there's a subscribe button. It's supposed to be an important button, but it has this, like, it just has like an empty outline around it, and the idea is that, like, when you hover over it, it fills up. But I don't know, there's something about that that rubs me the wrong way, de-emphasizing it like that, and I don't like how kind of thin and light they tend to look when they have this border around them. Yeah, see, Ground Zero, exactly. Right when I want an example. Oh, there it is again, too. Like, even worse. I just don't like that at all. And they're down here with the social buttons, too. Hey, Basset, how's it going? Yeah, yeah. See, you guys see what I'm talking about. I agree, Ground Zero, that hovering, it should be the other way around. If you're gonna change, like this right here, that's a great CTA. It's a bold color, it stands out against the whole page, and it's filled in, and you can read the text nicely. Those are, I think that just makes more sense to me. Oh, what? Bassett, is that a big boss emoji? Oh my god. That's good. That is good stuff. But yeah, I don't like the border button style. Kind of bugs me. Maybe. Shout out to Outer Heaven channel. Oh, is that like a Twitch channel? They do Metal Gear related stuff, I'm guessing? With a name like Outer Heaven, I have to assume they do. Let's see. No. Cool. Might have to check that out at some point. Excuse me. Oh man, you know what? I wonder. Maybe because we have the different universes in Ionia, maybe we could do something like this with like a split. Like a split somewhere down the middle, like a nice angle split somewhere with. But see, that would get kind of weird. That would look cool at first, but then how would we do? Like it'd fit the personality of the game so well, but then how would I do, like, okay, that would look good for the title screen, but then how do I handle the split with like a settings menu that I want it to be clear and readable? Maybe the split in that case could like move up, and it would say settings, graphics, controls, etc. at the bottom, at the top, and then the rest of it would be like all the actual settings. That might work. That could be interesting. But it might be a little disorienting too. But I feel like there's a fun idea there though. Playing with the whole split universe thing. Like it would fit the theme of the game, you know? Excuse me, gosh, this cough is just sneaking up on me. I feel like I just saw another example, another split example. Where am I missing it? There's that stripe page, and oh, this. That's what I saw. You can also do inverted color shader thing on half a cube for the background. Oh, interesting. Inverted color shader. Yeah. Maybe if I do something like this. So this one right here is giving me some ideas. What if there was like a, let's see. So what if this was like, you know, bear with me. So let's say it's like this, right? Got like the Ionia logo, scenery back there, and let's see. Let's grab these 3 buttons. Let's say you choose settings. Like, what if maybe if you do that, then let's see. Let me grab. Just gonna make a quick shape here. Get rid of the stroke. And then what I'm gonna do, oh wait, I have this the other way around. Okay. So let's say what if the title screen looks like this. Let's say that we go to settings menu. Maybe what it does is it then goes like we'll get rid of these real quick. We'll just hide them. And this could like animate up to the top or something like that. But then call this my slice. Opacity. Oh, over here. Maybe not something so bright, but let's see. Do something like this. Get that kind of dark, warm color that I've got in the marketing materials. Okay, and then let's see. Here we go. We'll make a little slice here. Sorry for the constant like zooming in and out. Sometimes I do that. Might be a little disorienting, and if it is, I apologize. So let's see. Let's bring this up. Hey, what's going on? Something like this, and then oh, I didn't think that through. I should resize this before I slice it. So let's say like it like comes up, you know, like so. You can still kind of see the scene up here, but then you take this and do something like that. This kind of interesting split view thing could happen. So it'd still have that split view like personality, but it'd be a little more subtle. And the text that goes down here for all the settings, you know, would still be really nice and readable. Bassett, this is Affinity Designer. Yeah, this app right here. Affinity Designer is 1.6.1. It's a really great Adobe Illustrator alternative. $50 for a persistent license. No subscription, no nonsense. There are some differences you'll have to get used to, but overall, the UX is really similar. Feature set is very comparable. It even does some things that Illustrator doesn't do. And it's pretty great. I've really been enjoying it. I actually am completely Adobe free at the moment. I have this. I don't have Photoshop. I don't have After Effects or anything like that. I even found a really great free video editing app called DaVinci Resolve. They have, well, I mean, they have like a free version. They have pro versions too that are expensive, but they have a free version that's pretty darn good. So yeah. So this is interesting. This could be kind of cool. I wonder. Now all the settings could go down here in this panel, this kind of split panel. This could be something fun. It would work better if the scenery here was like more, like popped out more, if it was lighter, not so dark. Actually, let me just do this. Yeah, that could be interesting. You're testing out some new photo editing apps like Lightroom, just not Lightroom. What have you found so far? Looking for alternatives to Lightroom that aren't Adobe, I'm guessing? Like, what have you found? I haven't seen a whole lot of stuff like that. Well, so Affinity Designer, this is the Illustrator alternative, but they actually have a Photoshop alternative too called Affinity Photo. So there's a possibility. Okay, that color thing is just not working, I guess. Affinity.serif.com. Capture One. I've never heard of that one. Yeah, so here is Affinity Designer, and then of course Affinity Photo. This is their Photoshop alternative. It's on Windows, which is great. This is like some of the only really solid competition I've seen for Photoshop and Illustrator on Windows. It's one of the big things that stuck out to me. But yeah, so here's Affinity Photo. You got raw editing, HDR merge, panorama stitching, professional retouching, batch processing, a lot of really good stuff that you would come to expect from an app like this. There's a dedicated raw workspace. You can do EXIF and metadata. HDR merge with tone mapping. Really good selection tools. Maybe not as good as Adobe. They've always been really good at selection tools, but pretty good stuff. Well, oh yeah, full PSD import and export. That's a pretty awesome thing too. I forgot to mention that about Affinity Designer. You can actually you can import. Well, the export options are great. You can export as like almost anything, but you can import like .ai files from Illustrator. You can bring those in, and it'll preserve all the layers and everything like that. You can even import a PSD, and it'll try to preserve the layers. It'll still be pixel based, of course, so it's just bitmaps, but still, it's pretty awesome. And that actually made the transition even easier. But yeah, where's the page? Oh yeah, so here's the website for Affinity Designer. They're $50 each, so you can get Designer and Photo for $100, and that's it. No sub, just flat out. It's great stuff. Oh yeah, all the geometry tools, man. Okay, so this is one of the things that I love. I know Illustrator has geometry tools, but Affinity Designer has some really great geometry tools that Illustrator does not have. At least they didn't when I last used it. So like, check it out. Look at this crescent tool. I'll set it to a nice obvious color. I guess just white. No, you know what? Let's make this like blue. So check it out. This is just a built-in tool that comes in Affinity Designer. It's this crescent, right? Gives you a crescent, but that's not all. Just right out of the box, you get this little handle right here, and you can click and drag to like. It's basically like the phases of the moon, you know. Have a tiny crescent, halfway, full, and these are numerical values too, so you can enter a hard number here too, like 25%, negative 25%. Really, really good stuff. And there's a handle over here too, to edit that side, so you can bring it over, reverse it. It's amazing stuff. Now I want Jaffa cakes. Jaffa cakes, what are those? I don't know what Jaffa cakes are. Should I try these? Jaffa cakes. Biscuit-sized cakes. Oh man. Now, now I'm getting hungry. Damn you. Oh goodness. What are these Jaffa cakes? Oh, they're like little cookie. Oh man, cookie and then chocolate. What? And there's like orange bit in the middle? Or is, I guess that's just one flavor. But still. Oh my god, cookies. I mean, I have homemade cookies that I baked, so I'm pretty satisfied, but still. Jaffa cakes. No, Ground Zero, yeah, I've never had Jaffa cakes. No idea. No idea. Oh, interesting. So this is why you're thinking, why it made you think of Jaffa cakes. Oh, what the heck? This ad. Huh. Interesting. Now I understand why you thought of Jaffa cakes when I was talking about the crescent moons. That's funny. It might, yeah, it looks like it might be a UK thing, but they look pretty tasty. I would try those. I would totally try those. Oh man. But yeah, that's just a kind of a quick demonstration of some of the cool tools there are. There's a lot of these. There's a Call Ellipse tool as well. It's kind of nice. There's something similar to this, I think, in Illustrator. But I like Affinity Designer's tool a little bit better. It's really nice. You can kind of like change that. Change the size of the bubble. You can make a really quick chat icon with this. Drag this over to the corner. Pull that up like that. And boom. You got a chat bubble. Look at that. Let's see. Green. Here. Green chat bubble. White. Stroke, keystroke. There. I think I'm accidentally making the WhatsApp logo here. Sort of. Yeah. There's some good stuff though. There's a star tool too. The cool thing about the star tool is that you can just kind of drag it in, and then you could say points, 10, 20, etc. Let's just get rid of that stroke. But yeah, you could just kind of do this and modify the inner radius easily. You can do an outer circle. Makes that you can make the edges rounded. You can make like a really quick pound sign with this. So drag these in like that. Oh wow. And then you can take this and do that. Make like more of a flower kind of thing going on. It's pretty cool. The tools are pretty intuitive. I really like them a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of built-in functionality for shape variation, a lot. Way more than you would expect, and definitely more than Photoshop or Illustrator gives you out of the box. There's a segment tool too, if you just want to make like a segment like this. Pretty cool. It's a segment of a sphere, basically. And you can change the angle really easily too. Dude, like this is really cool. You can do some really easy logo work with this. Anyways, I don't want to get too distracted with that. Just basically free advertising for Affinity Designer. But it's really good stuff. I think you get the point. Let's see. A slice design. That could be pretty darn cool. Not sure. Not sure if it's gonna be great though. If it's gonna work in practice. Wait, let's bring the buttons back. There we go. Now, let's see. New game settings, quit. It's basically what we have now. I really want to keep experimenting with trying to find something left aligned. That was a pretty cool idea. Ground Zero suggested looking at The Witcher. That was pretty cool. I might try something based on that, because they had like where the logo was over here, not so big, you know. And then let's see. Let's get a shape. Oof, that's so bright. Oh, it's so bright. Let's fix that. It's so bright. Bright green, the brightest green you've ever seen. Actually, let's just go full dark on that, and then do some opacity. That could be cool. And then bring the logo out to the front. Oh, that's true. That's true. Ground Zero. That could be a thing too. I'm gonna label that sidebar, just for an easy name. Let's take all of these and make them. Oh, let's see. Left justified. Oh, that's why that wasn't. Okay. Quit label, new game label. Left justified. Then we'll take all three of these. I don't like those buttons, so I'm gonna get rid of those. And let's do this. Let's go ahead and align to the left, like so. Hit OK. We'll bring this over here. Oh, those are behind the sidebar. There we go. And actually, now I kind of want to make these bigger. Let's go back up to 24. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm gonna try that idea. Oh yeah, I agree. I don't want completely black. Completely black kind of sucks. So let's put the opacity back to 100%. And then instead of that, we'll do a gradient. I like that idea of, let's see, do, like that. And then for this, we'll just do transparent, like so. Actually, I guess I don't need to make a second point. I'll just do this. Yeah, this could work pretty nicely. I wonder. It's looking pretty good, like simple, a little more contemporary, nothing too crazy. Yeah, this could be nice. I think I am gonna mess with this gradient a bit though. Where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, sidebar. Here we go. Maybe not. Maybe something like that could work. And in that case, I don't necessarily need this. Ah. Yeah, okay. That, something like that, I think that's looking pretty good. I think I'm probably gonna try something like this, because this is looking pretty nice. Yeah. This could be great. I think I might stick with this for now. So, yeah, thanks for the suggestion, Ground Zero, on the gradient, because that looks pretty darn nice. Okay, so the next thing I would want to think of now is how do I transition from this to like showing anything else? So like, if I go into the settings menu, would I bring up like a full screen overlay, like dim it, you know, de-emphasize the background and bring up like a full screen overlay just so I have the full screen to work with. You know what I mean? Okay, let me just instead of just rambling, I'm gonna go ahead and make a copy here of this. Actually, there's already an overlay there. Yeah, games and bacon. Yeah, this screenshot here is just kind of a placeholder. The idea is that in the engine, behind the text and everything, there's gonna be an actual 3D scene here. Yeah. So I'm gonna grab this, group it all. We're gonna say title screen. And then, oops, duplicate that, we'll hide that. So this will be settings menu. And so what we can do here is this, I'm thinking. Spin the camera to a wall with your menu on it? Ah, that could be pretty cool. That could be cool. Interesting. Maybe. That sounds cool. But I guess it depends on the scene would have to look. The scene would have to be designed to like have the menu. I'm not sure about that, but I will definitely consider that because that sounds like it could be really cool. Definitely more work, but could pay off. Could pay off if it could kind of get you into it. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna explore that too. But so let's see. This should go in front of all of that. So those are kind of grayed out. Except for settings. If we're in the settings menu, then settings should be emphasized. Like so. See how it's like that's emphasized and these are grayed out? Plot twist, when you click a menu item, it plays the effect for changing universes and a new geometry shows up with the menu options on. Wow, okay, yeah. Shit, that could be cool. A way to incorporate the core mechanic with the into the menu. That could be fun. I guess I could even like kind of train the player to get ready, like before they even start playing the game, they're already kind of getting in the mood, learning how this mechanic works. That could be fun. That could be really cool. I might have to explore that next, because that sounds tempting. Okay, let's see. But first, let's just do this real quick. So, settings, right? And then it would come over here. I guess I might actually want to de-emphasize the logo too, because when you're in the settings menu, you want to kind of focus. Setokun, you haven't seen the game mechanics. Yeah, I'll show it really quick. I didn't even realize. Yeah, I'll go show you the core mechanic really quick. I'll jump into my sandbox map where I've been working. Here, so the core mechanic is that there are two universes, and some objects exist in one. Some objects only exist in one universe or the other. Most stuff is in both, but some stuff is only in one or the other. So I can press left click on the mouse to change which universe I'm in. So this is the original universe. This is the alternate universe. I can go back and forth at will. But so check it out. So you can see over here, there's these 4 blocks, but you can see 2 of them are kind of like hidden. Those exist in the alternate universe. These ones are here, so I can jump over and I can land on this. But if I try to land here, there's nothing. I pass right through it. But if I switch to the alternate universe, there they are, and I can land on it. So I can do this. I can switch, and it lets me kind of move around. And I've also got it set up so that if you go inside the space that would be taken up by this object in the other universe, so you can see in the other universe there's an object there, right? If I'm in this universe, I mean, if I'm in the opposite universe of that object and I try to stand where it's going to be,
it's no good. It's no good.
Can't do it.
I can't do it. I can't phase into the other universe. That's something I programmed in there recently to try to combat the possibility of phasing in and out of universes while you're overlapping geometry, and then you might get stuck, and that could, because we've had that happen in the past. It's pretty annoying.
No good. I can't do it.
So that is a quick demonstration of the mechanic for Setokun, since you asked. I've also got this mechanic too that I prototyped recently, a newer mechanic where I have this special object here. You'll see. So okay, I can cross this bridge, and I want to get to that platform, but no matter which universe I'm in, I can't get over there, right? But there's a special object here that is powering this bridge. If I remove this sphere and I hold it in my hand, the bridge is gone. And the cool thing is, when I switch universes, this ball comes with me. That's why it's special. It comes with me. It follows me to whichever universe I go. So now that I'm in the alternate universe, I can come over here, place it on that block, and now it powers a new bridge over here, and I can cross. So that's kind of a new puzzle mechanic I've been working on lately. Just finished prototyping it like last week. 2 weeks ago, I think, actually. Yeah. Games and bacon. You made a light. Are you working on your own game too? Are you working in Unreal or Unity or something like that? What if instead of preventing you from switching, you had some that actually pushed you out of it using an impulse or something? That could do interesting jump puzzles with it. I have thought about that, doing an impulse instead of instead of just preventing you from phasing. Just like when I go inside that space, maybe I phase and it like shoves me out. I thought about that. Yeah, I guess I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I like it or not. I actually haven't experimented with it much in Unreal. I haven't like tried programming that yet. I might try that next and see if I like it. If it's too hard to program, if it's too finicky, I don't know. But I think it might be worth looking into at some point. For now, I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. But that is an idea. And Setokun, you bring up a good point. Right now, they have no hint that there's ever gonna be a bridge here. That's something I'm kind of still working on, but I'm not really sure how to address that yet. But because this hint, shows that there's an object in the other universe, so there's that expectation that when I phase over to the alternators, there's a thing there. So I couldn't use that here, but this is just prototype. I think maybe in the end, what'll probably happen is like these places where the bridges are, there will probably be like a frame or something that's there that like the bridge fills in, so that you can see if that frame or whatever that thing is there. You're like, oh, like there's like a bridge that's gonna appear there. Maybe it's like a light bridge, like in Portal 2, and like the little emitters are there, and then I like put the sphere in the pedestal, and it lights up and powers it. You know, that something like that could work. Yeah, see, light bridges. We were on the same page. That's funny. So yeah, that is the mechanic. For those of you guys who have not seen it. Oh, you guys do game dev together. That's awesome. Very fun. Transitioning. Oh, Games and Bacon. You're transitioning from Unity to Unreal. Just playing around. Cool. So you made your first light. Transparent for now with a panner. Done. GG. I'm out. Yep. That's all you. That's it. You're done. Transparent for now with a panner. That's it. Finish. Where am I? Where'd the level go? Huh. Got shot off into the world. Huh. Don't know how that happened. But, anyways. I think I'm probably gonna stop streaming soonish. It's been going for like almost 3 hours, but this has been a good stream, so I've been having a lot of fun with you guys. Sockets on the walls were yeah, Setokun, exactly. Like sockets. That's a good way of putting it. That's what I was thinking. Might do something like that, because that could be pretty like a nice clear visual cue that, oh, when I plug this in, it's gonna turn the power on of these sockets, and they'll spit out like a light bridge or something like that. I think that could work. I think that could work. I like the idea. So let's do so this would be like is this the one? Okay, yeah, that's it. Let's say gameplay I'll just say game options, and then we'll do graphics, audio, controls. Maybe I'll just say input. Game, graphics, audio, input. And then we'll select all these. And actually, hold on. The important thing before I align these is how big of an area do I want these to take up? Probably something like that. Game settings section. Graphics settings section. Sorry if the keyboard noise is a little loud. It's annoying, but my microphone picks up the keyboard pretty darn well, and I've done the best I can to kind of make my voice sound better and filter out background noise, but the keyboard is too loud. I can't filter out the keyboard noise effectively without making myself have to shout like really loud to be able to get picked up and not be cut off by the noise gate. So that's kind of annoying, I know, but if you could just bear with me for now. When I have some more money, I will be looking at building a more robust setup where I can have a microphone like near my mouth like this, sound clear. Probably have like on a suspension arm, on a boom arm, so I can have it like right here and get a nice directional cardioid or condenser mic. so you can't even hear. So that the microphone only gets my voice right here, and then any of the background sound is like really quiet enough that I can filter it out with a noise gate. I've been sold on this game concept ever since I saw it on Kickstarter. Yeah, it's been a long time. It feels like a long time ago because it was. It's crazy how long we've been working on this game, but we really want to finish it. And it's, you know, it's hard because we can't work on this full time. We just don't have the money to do that. So we have jobs, we have work and other stuff to worry about. So, and then we just kind of do this when we have time. So, and we've made a lot of changes over the years too. Like we had a different art style at one point, which is a terrible idea. Didn't work out at all. But we persevere, and we've been chipping away at this game slowly but surely. It's basically, you know, it's a somewhat ambitious game, especially for a small team, and it's only 2 of us doing everything. 2 of us running the business and building the game, designing everything. It's crazy. We're crazy people, obviously. Okay, so I think what I'll do here is make them uppercase. I think. I like the way they look when they're not uppercase, honestly, but actually, yeah, I'm gonna keep them regular title case. But I think maybe I want to differentiate these. These are gonna be like kind of like tabs, I think. So if I'm on the game section, for example, 50% opacity like that. If I'm here, then we'll do. Then there will be like you know, like show crosshair, etc. These should be smaller, I feel. I want to make sure to have a good hierarchy, a good layout, you know. Show crosshair. Head bob, motion, something like that. And then, you know, there could be like a little checkbox sort of thing. Not like that. There we go. Something like that. Done. I don't know, just watch this color. Let's do 4-point pixel, I guess. No, 2-point. Something like that. 3. Oh yeah, invert mouse too, yeah. That would definitely go in here. I'm not gonna go too in depth with all the settings here. I'm gonna figure that out once I actually build it in Unreal. But just to get an idea. Oh, this should be white. And this should be like transparent. Let's do 25%. Yeah, so like something like this. It's actually kind of intense looking, honestly. But just to give you an idea, you know, it'd be something like that. So, excuse me, I want to have a good hierarchy here. Like, everything is just kind of floating out in space right now, you know what I mean? So that looks kind of weird to me. Let's see, what should I do about that? I think at this point, maybe this is when I would add in some color, perhaps. Maybe these... like, hey, you selected something, so maybe this will be actually like orange instead. That looks kind of weird though. Maybe the teal would work. Where's my teal? I guess I could just use one of these for now. Something like that could work. Nah, but I still don't like that these are just kind of floating there, though. Maybe if these... Actually, I kind of feel like those should be higher up anyways. I like that. I like these sections being lined up with the Ionia logo, but at the same time, what would be more important is to have enough room for all the settings, you know what I mean? So we just grab everything here. To have as much room as possible, I think that would be kind of be more important. So maybe what I'll do here is... Let's not do that teal, let's leave that white. Oh. I know what to do. Possibly. A nice border, a nice separator line. Although I think this should be transparent too. Maybe 50%. No stroke. Yeah, this could work. Maybe I want this to be 25% actually, more subtle. Yeah, okay. This could be pretty nice. Maybe I'll do this per case after all. Isn't that crazy, Zero? Like, wow. That's so many years. It's crazy. I try not to think about it too much, because then I just get really like, whoa. How much longer is it going to take to finish? You know what I mean? I'll be an old man. I'll be all wrinkly. I finally finished Ionia. Everybody else is playing PlayStation 10 with their AR headsets. Ugh. It's funny, but also kind of sad. Alright, so this is where the text weight comes in too. There we go. Alright, so this isn't the most elegant setup, but I think I'm getting somewhere. Why did we swap from Blink as a name? Yeah, that was just, it was a couple of reasons. The main motivation for thinking of a new name was, like, trademarking and just, SEO, searchability, uniqueness was really difficult with Blink because it's such a generic word. So it's really hard for people to find it. And on top of that, oddly enough, we got a lot of people that kept confusing it for that game Brink. I mean, that probably wouldn't happen now because Brink is like several years old, but that happened a lot. We were like, everyone was like, Brink? That game Brink? Like, that's a totally different game. We're not making Brink. So there was all that. And then, so we were just thinking like, okay, well, how can we make it more unique though? And Ionia, the name Ionia comes from, excuse me. The name Ionia comes from, I don't know if any of you ever watched an old series called Cosmos with Carl Sagan. Great series if you're into science at all, or the universe, cosmology. It's such a good series. There's a newer one too, a remake of Cosmos with Neil deGrasse Tyson as the host. But Carl Sagan hosted the original. This was in like the early 80s. And in it, he talked about, there's an episode where he talks about the birthplace of modern science, which was a place it doesn't exist anymore, but it's an ancient region near the Black Sea in the Mediterranean Sea that was called Ionia. And we just loved the way it sounded and like the implication of like this, the birthplace of modern science. And the idea was it was this place where people came from all over the world to escape all of the like the church-run states of, you know, with thought control and, you know, anything going against the state was heresy. People came to this place, to Ionia, to express free thought and, you know, question the universe, question the establishment in a safe place, where they felt safe doing that without worrying about getting hung or killed, you know, for contradicting the state's beliefs. So that was really exciting. With this weird Steve Jobs turtleneck style. Yeah. Carl Sagan kind of had a Steve Jobsian wardrobe, but he was one of those people that I really wish I could have met him while he was alive. Yeah, we did. We were just really inspired by that, and I was like, wow, that's inspiring. Kind of has like slight vibes of a story that we have in mind, and it just sounds nice. We liked it. Of course, now some people have expressed new concerns about the fact that the game League of Legends, there's like a place called Ionia in League of Legends in the universe. So I've had some people say like, oh, what about League of Legends? Are you worried about being confused? And like, are you going to get in trouble with Riot Games? And I don't think that's going to be an issue because it's not the name of the game and it's not like a word that people use a lot. So I think it'll be fine. Oh yeah, Carl Sagan, definitely. He's got some great books. I agree. He wrote Contact, which was made into a movie in the 90s, and I love that movie. Really good movie, I think, with Jodie Foster and Matthew McConaughey. That's one of my favorite sci-fi movies ever, and the book was good too. And there's like The Demon Haunted World. He wrote a bunch of good books. Yeah, Carl Sagan was a pretty amazing human being, it seemed. Really wish I could have met him before he passed away. Would have been awesome. He seems like he would have been such a great guy to talk to. He has like the most soothing voice too. I regularly fall asleep. Me and my girlfriend, we regularly fall asleep to Cosmos. We'll put on Cosmos on the PlayStation and put it on a low volume and turn on a sleep timer. His voice is so soothing. His voice is so easy to fall asleep to. It's like really comforting. I don't know, something about it, you know. Imagine if he and Bob Ross had collaborated. Oh my god, everyone in the world would just be happy and fall asleep and never do anything. Everyone would be so chill, too chill. Alright, well, I've been streaming for 3 hours. I gotta at least take a break, even if I don't stop. I think I am gonna stop soon though to make some dinner. But I'm at least gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna take a 5-minute break really quick. So you guys sit tight and I'll be right back. Then I'll wrap things up. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. So, I think we've got a pretty good direction going on right now. Oh, this should be inside of this group. Yeah, I like the direction we're taking with this. This is looking pretty promising, I think. I'm not entirely sure about how to do this, but I think I've got some good ideas here. I'm gonna work on it some more later on. Oh, thank you, Seto-kun. I'm glad you like the trailers we did. I did all the music as well. I'm wearing quite a few hats. I do the Jess and I both do design, the game design and the art and stuff like that. She does most of the art though. She's doing most of like the shaders and the meshes and building out the levels. And she's been doing a lot of puzzle design too. I've been doing a lot of the scripting, the programming with Blueprint, and I do all the audio, and I'm doing the UI stuff too. Centering it inside of a modal, like the whole, you mean like this whole section here? This whole, you think like centering this like the actual settings area inside of a modal? That could be interesting. Yeah, maybe I'll explore that. Yeah, but it is getting pretty late though. I've been streaming for about 3 hours now. Little under 3 hours. Pretty soon here I'm gonna start thinking about making dinner though. Tonight I'm making Thai chicken, like red curry. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Very good meal on a cold day, on a cold rainy day, especially homemade. So I'm pretty stoked. Yeah. I feel like we got a good start today. I feel like we got a good start on this. I'm just gonna keep exploring how to lay out the settings menu, because that's like the most complicated thing about all of this, is how to lay out the settings menu, the different tabs. And I want to make sure I have enough room for everything, but I don't want it to be like so huge and have the text so tiny that it's hard to read. So yeah, we'll find a layout that's balanced, that looks nice, and I want something that can also like kind of smoothly animate in too. Like when you click settings, when you click the settings, I want this all to kind of, you know, smoothly animate into the screen, and then animate back out when you cancel. Yeah, Ground Zero, same here. This is one of the reasons that I got inspired to start doing this, is because there's a few game developers that I follow on Twitch, and I just love watching. So I work on my own thing, and then like watching them work on their game or their whatever their project is. But most of the ones I follow are game developers. Watching them work on their game, and like the conversation that happens in chat is usually pretty casual, not always related to the project they're working on, but you know, when there's like an issue, that like everybody in chat chimes in and has feedback and ideas of their own, and somebody in chat might notice something like getting pointed out, and you might think, oh crap, like there's like I didn't even realize that, you know, and you might find a solution you didn't even think of, it you couldn't have thought of on your own. But there's just this awesome like kind of camaraderie going on between chat and the developer, and I really enjoy that. So it's just like I gotta do this, I gotta try this myself. So I'm really excited about continuing to do these streams until the game is done. It's gonna be a fun ride, I think. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I mean, I really love the fact that you guys have been joining me along for this ride so far, and I'm looking forward to many more fun streams like this. Oh, sweet! You guys are going to stream what you're working on too. That'd be great. I will totally check that out. Yeah. Ground Zero, you have totally been oh, don't tell Zero. Okay, I won't tell him. Even though he's right there in the chat. Don't tell Zero. Yeah, yeah, Zero, you have been kind of like, you've definitely been one of the more dedicated backers from the Kickstarter campaign. The few other people that have stuck around have had kind of mixed feelings. We have a couple of people that are like, why are you taking so long? What's going on? This is ridiculous. Which is discouraging, but we just try not to worry too much about that, and we're trying to keep trucking along. But you've been fairly dedicated. Like, you've been paying attention for the entire time, and you've always offered good feedback and input and stuff like that. So we really appreciate that. Pretty soon, we're gonna really step it up with our community interaction. We want your game now. Yeah, I mean, if people are excited about the game, then that makes me feel great. But it's gonna take time to make it and make it right. But on the subject of community stuff, oh yeah, on the old forums, I remember when you posted the Crosshair suggestion. That was great. You even had like a little mock-up and everything. That was awesome. That was a lot of fun. On that subject, the forum we have right now is kind of expensive to host, and hardly anyone uses it. So we're actually looking at, I have a solution in mind for that, as well as addressing like being able to ship builds more easily for testing and interacting with you guys more often. I mean, the stream, this has been a great opportunity to interact with you guys more often throughout the development of the game. But if you guys have heard of there's a platform called itch.io, or itch.io, however you want to pronounce it, itch.io, itch.io, or just itch. It's a really great platform for independent games. Awesome storefront. You could buy stuff on there. There's lots of free games, and as a developer, they give you such awesome tools for hosting your games there. And they even have early access tools now, and like you can even import your Kickstarter stuff. And so, three things we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna be moving our testing infrastructure over to itch.io, and that will also have a built-in forum that's like private to people who can access the game builds. And that'll be a lot better. It'll be free to host, so we can save some money, and the platform will be so good because then you can just download like the itch client. They have a desktop client like Steam, and you could download the client, and then if we give you access to the game, then whenever we release a new build, you can just open the client and it'll auto update like Steam games do. So nice. And they have all the Kickstarter backer import is just amazing. We can just get a CSV file of all of our backer information, import it into itch.io, and it lets us like break out the groups, break out all of the we can break you guys into groups based on like the pledge level that you did, which is just the coolest thing. So it'll make it really easy for us to send out itch keys and Steam keys when we get those. And also, yes, Ground Zero, we actually do want to we do want to do a Discord server. So that's definitely a thing that's coming. I'm gonna start a Blue Void Studios Discord server. Actually, not. Yeah, it'll probably be Blue. I couldn't decide if it should be like the Ionia Discord server or the Blue Void Studios Discord server. You know, like the same Discord server could be used for every game that we make after Ionia too. I don't know. I've seen it's interesting. I've seen kind of a split between developers who market their game as its own thing. Like you go to there's like the the whatever the name of the game is. Like the game has its own Twitter, and the game has its own Instagram, and the game has its own Discord server, as opposed to like the company. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. I might be doing a bad job of explaining it. But I've seen that quite a bit actually lately, where people, instead of like the Blue Void Studios Twitter, there's the Ionia Twitter account where you just follow an account for a specific game, and then they just make a new account for each game. I'm not sure how scalable that is, having a Twitter account for every game. Maybe you could just like change the handle for each game, I don't know, something like that. But then what about updates for the previous game, like patches and stuff? So I might just stick with Blue Void Studios, like, you know, we're at Blue Void Studios on Twitter. But I don't know. I might look at the numbers and see like if there's numbers supporting that style of marketing that it might be more effective. Well, maybe we can look at that. You like that, Setokun? You like when a game has its own Twitter instead of the company? That might make more sense. I'll have to look into it. Don't know if it'll make sense for Discord though. For Discord, I think it might make more sense to have a company Discord, a Blue Void Studios Discord, because then we can use that for our own internal company stuff. We can have our own private channels. Oh, as well as like having both a company Twitter and a game Twitter. Yeah, but then there's like 2 Twitter accounts to manage, and then how do we just? And then it gets kind of weird. Like, when do we decide to post stuff on the Ionia Twitter versus the Blue Void Twitter, and then when there's stuff that goes on both? I don't know. I feel like at that point, if we were gonna have a Twitter that was dedicated to the game, then I think for the company specific stuff, we would just send you to our website, or like I'm saying, our Discord server. That could work. That's what I'm thinking. But either way, testing builds on itch, which would be awesome. And then private forums will be over there too. That does mean you have to create an itch account to use those forums. And there's simpler forums, but it'll just be so much easier. They'll be integrated with the game page. You'll just automatically get access to them if you have access to the game, to the alpha builds, and then it's all free for us too. So it helps us save some hosting costs. Company Twitter is for company stuff. You could just set auto retweet from game Twitter. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Okay, that is a good point. Dev Twitter could just retweet the big stuff from the game Twitter. Oh. Excuse me. I'm sneezing. Coughing wasn't enough. Now I'm sneezing. Anyways. So, yeah, that's the stuff we got planned. Thanks, Grand Zero. Discord server. I'm hoping to get the Discord server up soon, like before the end of the year. I would love to do that, just so I can talk with you guys more often. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And then there'd be a place where you could just immediately come to ask questions about the game, like, hey, when's the game coming out? Is there a new trailer? Like, or if you're an alpha tester and you're in the private channels, you can give us bug reports there really easily, share screenshots really easily. Like, I'm looking forward to that. I need to do that sooner than later. And then get the itch.io development build stuff set up. When I do that, maybe I'll set up the Steam stuff too. That'll probably come a little bit later though, because unfortunately Steam doesn't have. I was really surprised to learn this. Unless this has changed, as far as I know, Steam does not have like private forums. You can't have like a private forum just for alpha testers or beta testers. You either have a public forum or you don't. It's kind of annoying. There are like developer comments, which is a weird thing. Like I can leave comments on the game page that only me and Jess could see, for example, which is kind of weird. But there's no like private forums, so that's one of the advantages that itch will actually have over Steam. Not to mention, the thing is, the tools on itch.io let you generate Steam keys too, or not generate Steam keys, but you can attach Steam keys to itch.io accounts. Yeah, like Steam is a great big marketplace. You want to be on Steam, but not a lot of innovation in terms of early access features and tools for developers to promote and control their early, like beta and stuff like that. Unless you want to go on Steam Early Access, which is kind of a different thing. And I feel like that's not appropriate for every kind of game. Yeah, oh my god, the desktop client definitely needs a visual overhaul. The Steam desktop client, it's so rough. I mean, it's not terrible, you know, but it seems really dated. It seems really dated. I remember hearing earlier this year that they were working on something. They're working on a big redesign for the client. I don't know when it's due out, but I think I saw they did like a talk. Somebody from Valve did a talk at Unite, or like a Unity conference of some sort, and was talking about that. I hope that comes sooner than later. Oh wow, Steam doesn't have DPI scaling. Oh, that's frustrating. Luckily, I'm still on old like 1080p monitors, but I want to get 2K or 4K monitors. So, wow, good to know. Well, I think with that, I'm gonna wrap this stream up. It's been a good one. Steam ads. I don't know. Is there advertising on Steam, or do you mean like the tools for like getting your game on the front page and in the carousel and stuff like that? I've heard that those are not really that great, and you can't really rely on it. Really depends on the marketing you do outside of Steam, and how much of a following you build up, I think. But yeah. So yeah, Itch.io, that's gonna be great. New alpha build testing pipeline, and forums, and let's see, and Discord. Yeah, so that's some good stuff to look forward to. We'll keep working on the UI next time. I think I will not have time to stream tomorrow, because tomorrow morning I have work, and then right afterwards downtown we're gonna be hosting our the Unreal PDX meetup, which is our Portland, Oregon Unreal Engine meetup. So we're gonna be busy pretty much all day. I mean, the meetup is gonna go until like 9 or 10 p.m. We're gonna be so tired, but it'll be fun. So hopefully, I think on Saturday I can probably stream. If not, Sunday for sure. I might yeah, I was tempted. I was thinking about entering Ludum Dare this weekend if I have time, because it'd be fun. I haven't done a game jam in a long time. I don't know if I will though. I might just work on Ionia instead, or do both. Who knows? Maybe I'm gonna be crazy like that. But it might be fun to have a change of pace. I like game jams a lot. I like the challenge of seeing what I can build in 2 days. Cool. Yeah, Ground Zero. I hope you can make it for the next couple of streams. So yeah, probably Saturday, if not Sunday. No stream tomorrow. And I think that is it. I'm gonna call that a stream for today. Yeah, doing both does sound a little masochistic. I'll probably burn out on game development if I do that. I'll just keel over and die by Sunday. But, alright. Oh, yeah, one more thing. I keep forgetting to tell you guys. I guess maybe I'm too modest or something, I don't know. Or I just don't think about it, but I don't know if you guys noticed, but I haven't announced this yet, like, publicly, but I recently became a Twitch affiliate. Woohoo! So I have, as far as I know, if you look on my page, I should have bits and a subscription button, which is crazy. I didn't think I'd be able to get that so soon. But so yeah, that's a thing. I'm a Twitch affiliate. So hopefully as I build my audience here on Twitch, maybe that'll help out. I wouldn't expect any sort of significant income to come from it, but it's exciting nonetheless. The idea that I can get more, like, give you guys more opportunities to contribute and to kind of support us. It sounds like a lot of fun. and all I did was just stream regularly for a while, you know, and I've really been enjoying it. So who knows, maybe if I keep this up, maybe I'll make partners someday. That'd be pretty fun. Oh, Games and Bacon, Twitch Prime. I forgot about that. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's crazy. Wow. That would be my first subscriber. And wow. Thank you so much. That's crazy. Whew. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. I'm gonna take a while to get over that. That's really exciting. Thank you so much. For those of you who don't know, this is a cool feature that Twitch did. From what I understand, Twitch Prime is like, you could, every month you get a free one month subscription that you could just like apply to whatever streamer you want, which I think is a really neat feature, because then you're not paying anything extra, but you're still supporting the streamer. The streamer still gets paid and whatnot. Really cool feature. So as you can see, so I don't have custom alerts set up yet for subscriptions. So sorry about the default like Streamlabs Twitch alert. I haven't set that up yet. I just got affiliate recently, and I just haven't set up like subscription specific stuff. And I guess that also means you don't have a custom emoji. Can I get my sub back? Oh god. See, I should have made this stuff like the day of. Now everyone's gonna be like, I don't want a sub because I'm not gonna get any stuff. Oh goodness. Yeah. So I need to work on a custom emoji. I'm not really sure what to do for the custom emoji. Maybe something Ionia related, or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll get some ideas from you guys. I'm not sure what to do there, how to do the subscription badge, but I want to do something really cool. I want to do something really cool, and the custom emoji too. That'll be fun. I don't know. We don't really have like any inside jokes yet or anything like that, but we'll see. Maybe something will come up. So yeah, I got my work cut out for me this weekend. Ionia, streaming, Unreal meetup, need to make a subscriber badge. I need to make a subscriber alert, so it's not just a default, and a custom emoji. But the custom emoji I might have to wait. We'll have to figure out what to do. Yeah, okay, so the logo, yeah, the little N, that might translate. That might look pretty cool. And actually that would kind of be funny because my name is Nick, so N, that could be kind of fun. So we'll have to play with that. Yeah. If you guys ever have any ideas for the subscription, for the emoji, the custom emoji, you have to let me know. It might be too soon for that because we don't have any inside jokes or anything like that, but if you think of something good, maybe something with puns. Because I love bad puns. I'm always making bad puns on the Unreal Engine stream, which is a ton of fun. In the chat for the Unreal Engine stream, I should say. I'm not on the Unreal Engine stream, but yeah. You'll always find me in there making puns. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll come up with some ideas for the emoji. That'll be fun. You love puns. Perfect. Well, you're gonna fit in great here. You're gonna fit in just fine. I have an obsessive love for puns. I make puns all the time. Jess hates it. Jess hates puns. It's kind of hilarious. Yeah. Okay, well, that just got like 10 times more exciting. Thank you so much again, Games and Bacon, for giving me your this month's Twitch Prime subscription. That's so awesome of you. And now it's my first subscription, and now I have no excuse. I have to get that badge and emoji made like pronto. And the custom alert, can't forget about that. So it's a little more interesting when somebody subscribes instead of just the default. That did make my day. That's awesome. I'm gonna go make like the best Thai curry now. Go buy a super fancy sandwich. See, I don't even need to. I'm gonna be making some Thai curry for dinner. It's gonna be good stuff. So now I'm gonna make a really good Thai curry, a really tasty. Oh man, I'm so pumped up now. Okay, thank you guys so much. This has been a really incredibly fun stream. So reminder again, just in case you forgot, no stream tomorrow. Probably Saturday, definitely Sunday. So Saturday or Sunday, maybe both. I guess I will see you guys then. So until then, take care, and thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you then for some more game development. Bye!